Hello there, one Soul Super 17 here. Let me feel like usual. The genre in this picture, this is not paid video. Alright, okay. So, I have watched the episodes of High School DXD to a certain point, and, well, I'm gonna try to get up to the point where I'm at, and like that. I'm just watching that second season episodes, because, well, it's always like 3 minutes long and such, and it's very, like, quick pace, so I think I can get there in an hour video or something. But if I have to, I'll go back and watch it so that way I know. But yeah. Last time I left off was where I had Naruto defeat Razor. I had Naruto then get all his freaking pawns, knights, queen, and everything. Like he took the chess pieces that he had, Razor had basically the people that were his chess pieces. He took all of them as like, well, he gave them a choice. They can leave Razor and work for him or work somewhere else. So they all chose to work for him, and they all have the last name Grummery now. And yeah, so he brought them back to his place and gave them clothing. And when I said the fight would never happen, when I said a certain person when I was dozing off was, Issei versus Razor. Also, I forgot Naruto met Razor's sister while he was there. And I never said anything with her. So I'm gonna do like a few minutes of this. So she never knew. Well, she knew about Naruto making like the deal with him about if he wins, he would have Rias be free to choose whoever she wants to be with. You know, and she's laughed at Naruto and says, "So you were the idiot who made that deal with my big brother." Naruto just ignored her. He didn't care about that girl. So yeah. So just that little instant happened, and let me just tell you what happened to Razor that night after Naruto basically took off his arm and everything. When he went back home, his sister asked him what happened to him. He says, "That boy Naruto, he he's powerful. He's a monster. I can't believe it. I thought he was weak all this time. I I let my pride, I let my now our name get in my way. I need to focus on myself first." And basically, that's the whole entire thing. Razor now is gonna be different. He's gonna change. He isn't gonna think power and status means everything. So he is gonna have to train. So yeah, but anyway, so that was happening that night. When after his former chess pieces, his former servants, you know, are at Naruto. Naruto showed them the place, showed them their quarters, and they are not all gonna be like falling for him. Just want to say that they're not falling for Naruto. Naruto is treating them as friends, as people. You know. So yeah. But anyways, let's get into this video. I'm adding a few things to this. So yeah. But anyways. So as everyone is, just starting to wake up, they were shocked. You know, all the former servants of Razor were shocked. By the way, I do not know all their names. Wait, I'm actually gonna check to see if I can actually find all their names now. Oh, give me a minute. Okay, so, I had to, basically write them down. So, so basically, I found all their names. Um, I'm not gonna say them all, but they'll be in the series. So that's why I wrote them down. So they'll basically the former Queen of Razor. I'm gonna butcher this. Luna. Yeah, Luna. Like Luna. Let me just double check. Yeah, Luna comes over and asks Naruto, um, does he need any assistance? Because Naruto always wakes up early and trains, and then he starts cooking breakfast, and now he has like. By the way, when I wrote down the names, it was both like two people together. So like the first, like the second and third one, those are two names, just in the same thing. So he has like two cook for breakfast, or one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 14 people. So he just says, yeah, that would be a big help. I mean, I know I could just make shadow clones, but it's good to have like cook with company. So you Beluna, Burnt, and Mer Mary Marion, Marion, just come over and like help cook. And they're just chatting away. Like they asked him like what time did he wake up? It's like 6. No, it's like 6 o'clock. He said he's been up since 3 in the morning, and they went to bed around like 12. No, it was like 11. So they were shocked by this. They literally stopped cooking and looked at me and was like, "What?" They asked, "What did they?" They all asked exactly the same thing. Like all 14 of them asked, "What did he do?" He says, "Train." Um, well, today's a weekend because I'm thinking the whole entire, should have been like the wedding thing happens in 2 days, like 2 to 3 days, like a weekend sort of thing. So basically, it's like it was a Friday, it's a weekend, so you know. And he just says, "Oh, we're gonna be going to the House of Grimmery, you know, in the underworld." And like, oh, okay. Like all of them just say that, and they do wonder, are you related to them by blood? They've been wondering that for years now. Well, at least you Belluna, you Belluna has been wondering that. He just says, no, actually, I'm adopted. Which she stops and says, really? I mean, it's kind of obvious because the red hair, don't have it. He goes like, actually, the red hair thing, I should have, I really should have gone in, but I don't have it. They're like, huh? Yeah, they're just like all confused. He goes like, I'll explain during breakfast. Like, all right, so they just cook like he makes a whole bunch of eggs. He has made a whole bunch of like, well, eggs, bacon, salad, fruit, orange juice, milk, whatever they need, and he just says eat up, and they do. So basically, he just says, okay. So with the red hair, it's supposed to be on my mother's side, my real parents' side, and she was basically Kushina Uzumaki. Uzumaki has red hair and a big pool of chakra. They like chakra, basically all confused. I mean, he says you've heard of it, right? They say yeah, but it's from the like basically with the time of Shinobi's. And he goes, yeah, I'm technically from that time period. I was born and I was brought into this future, and how can I say this? You know how the yokai there are like fox spirit, fox, yokais. They go like, yeah, those are from where I come from. They are summons, but yokais are the great 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 grandchildren of them. So formerly they were summons, now there's yokais. But they are like some familiars too. And like, how do you know? And then Naruto just pops the ears and all 9 tails out. It goes like, I am the 9 tailed fox. Also, I was once human. When my parents died, they sealed away the whole entire 9 tailed fox within me, and I was transported through time and by the sage of 6 paths, and well, he emerged while I was in that time portal. The 9 tails with me completely, like everything, ears, tails, soul, memories, everything. So yeah, I've been overpowered from the very beginning I was here. Because chakra is not used no more, it is technically overpowered. And they're all in gasp and like shocked. But he just says it was sealed away from me from freaking 14, 15 years now. 16. So I didn't have it until recently. So, yeah. And it came in handy to defeat Razor, that freaking jerk. One actually says, I know, right? And they all just started laughing. He goes, so after that laugh, he just says, well, um, just let you know, I have no idea what my parents are going to, well, my adopted parents, which I call my parents, don't know what they're going to think about this and all, but we're going to have some company in about 5, no, 15 minutes. So after you're done eating, just get changed because I'm done and I need to take a freaking shower. I smell. So, you know, he goes, does that, and all the girls are talking while they're eating. So after they're done, Naruto brought they just go to the sink, put their dishes in, and when they go change, Naruto was already out of the shower, and he changed, and he comes back and cleans all the dishes with shot clones. So after that, they all come out and they're surprised that the dishes are done already. He goes, yeah, I didn't want to wait. I mean, I don't want you guys to do stuff if you guys don't feel like it. I'm not Razor. I'm not gonna have you do everything for me at beck and call. So they all say thank you, and they're very surprised. He goes, I trained most of my life. From the age of 4 years old, I started actually. And basically, their name I'm gonna say wrong probably. Sharia is just asked why. He goes, basically she asked just why. Why did you train at the age of 4? Naruto just shrugs and says, I don't know. I just knew I need to get stronger, so yeah. Also, when we go to the Gremrace, mansion, I need you all to understand. You guys are gonna see something that not many people have ever seen. And you're gonna be told a story that's you guys won't believe. So I need to have a raise of hands. Who is not okay with seeing scars? And I mean a lot of scars, like scars that no one has ever should have survived from. And everyone's confused. So basically, Isabel just asks, like, why are you asking that? And he just says, because I got some. And I don't want to have any one of you start crying hysterically or, throwing up or passing out. I want to know if any one of you is okay. But it's alright to cry. I don't mind. I had these since I think 9 years old or 8. Yeah, I remember it was around 8 or 9. He just scratched the back of his head, saying it's kind of hard to remember since it's been that long. So they just don't say nothing. He goes, I'm taking that as a sign of saying like maybe. They just say yeah, maybe. So they do ask though, why do you still have the ears and tails out? It was like, oh, well, cause it was easy. And then he just puts them away and stuff. And though somebody's thinking, like, wondering how soft they are, and that's serious, So Naruto just said, they should be here any moment now. And they like, who is it? And he goes, oh, it's Akano and Kaneko. So they're just all like, are they? And they all just ask, and he says, no, they're not my girlfriends. Well, actually, not yet, but I had a crush on someone for a very long time, and those scars things I was talking about was a reason why I got them was the same reason, and for a lot of other people, but mostly for one person I got them for. So after he said that, before anyone else can ask any questions, a doorbell rings. Oh, I think I did give Naruto the ability to use a basically a magical circle, but just only chakra, which yeah, I'm 100% I did that. So if I didn't, then yeah, I'm just putting it in. Fuck, freak it, I don't care. So Naruto walks over to the door and says, "Akano, Kaneko, come in." They just are shocked at this. You know, they were just shocked by this place. And Akano says, "So you live here now?" And he just says, "Yeah, actually, I technically don't have to pay no property tax. It's hidden away from the world, and it's a nice place. There's like a lot of rooms. It's good for me to have company, or as you can see, workers. But I'm gonna treat them like friends and family. So friends and family workers." He's just trying to. He's just says, "I've been up since 3." And Akano just looks and goes, "Wait, wait." Yeah, Akano looks over him, and Kaneko just looking confused. And Akano says, "Another nightmare?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah. They're they're going down, but it's still happens once in a while." So all the girls are confused, and even Kaneko. So Kaneko, just asks, "What nightmare?" And Naruto says of that place, which she she just looks down and says, "Oh." Naruto says, "Yeah, I didn't leave no trauma." Man, it was a nightmare just going back there every time in my dreams. It's a lot more different though this time. They were afraid of me so Akano just says, "But still, can you get some sleep? I'll make the portal and just have someone." And Naruto says, "No, I'm not gonna have someone carry me. I'm not tired yet. I'll have to take a nap though later." So he just like says, just everyone, "Well, if you want to bring anything with you, like I can go get something real quick. Like say if we need to go back to the Phoenix, like I mean not compound, palace or home just to get your belongings, well, we can go do so. I don't mind making a trip there." And they just all say it's all right. And Arthur just says, "No, I'm okay with going there. Please, don't argue with me on this one. Just tell me if you need anything there. We can just go right now. After I get a couple bags and such for any one of you." So they all say we do need something. So Naruto says, "All right, give me a minute." So he does the multi shot club jutsu, and he just says, "We'll be back." So he just leaves. He like the shadow clones. He only made like 4, so plus him 5. So they all go to different convenience stores and just get like bags and such. He has money on him, so each place costs like 15,000. Well, that's what I mean. Like they did recon on it, so they try to do the pricing and all that. It always costs like 15,000, so it didn't matter. So basically, Naruto went to just the same store. He just paid for a whole bunch of bags, 14. So it came out to whatever it does, like 15 times 4. Okay, do math here. Give me a minute. 205 yen. Oh no, 22,000. 5, yeah, whatever. It's just like 20500 whatever. I'm bad at comparing it to like, so let's just say in American money is $205. So convert that into yen. It's gonna be that much. I think I did my math right. I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, so while Naruto's doing that, they are asking Akano, basically Maria, ask Akano, what do you mean by nightmares? That's as soon Naruto left. And Akano says he's been to a place that he should have never came back from. He should have been dead. And because of that, he has nightmares, panic attacks. Sometimes he doesn't even sleep for days. But that was when, after a month of him recovering, he couldn't sleep. The hospital had to basically give him something to sleep or just knock him out. He always had a panic attack, and then years had passed and it went down significant, a lot, which was good. I always did spend, at his side, watching him, making sure he was always fine. Same thing with Rias. But she was always there, like me, at the time, until Razor wanted to basically force a marriage onto Rias. Naruto's panic attacks were still not as bad, but sometimes it was just bad, too worse. And they all just felt silent. They just wondering what could have happened to him that made him have this much trauma. Yes, I know. Well, you guys are probably thinking like you really give Naruto trauma. And, like, yeah, I mean, like he has all these scars all over his freaking body. You really think he's gonna come out unscathed? No, no. He's gonna come out with scars. Yes, mental problems. Yes, but not many. He doesn't. But it was like when he was like younger, but now he's gotten better. Like I'm saying. So yeah. Anyways, so Naruto, after a few minutes of talking, Koneko was asked a question like, "How much do you care about Naruto?" Basically, she says she cares about him a lot, enough because he accepted her for her, and he told me basically he's not afraid of my who I am and like me having another tail and such. So they just were like, really? He says, no, he says, she says, yeah. So he accepted me for who I am, and he convinced me to be myself, only around him. So it's all right. I don't mind it. And she's just smiling, and they just say, "You two really do love him a lot, do you?" And they just both blush. But then one of them asks about Rias. Akano just says, "I don't know, really. She seems to love him, not for his power though, but for something else. And it's it's just something's off. I don't know if it could have been like the whole entire stepbrother thing or Razor or just she doesn't want Naruto to die and she didn't want him to become a part of her Parage. But, per per god. Hold on, everyone. Gotta go freaking find the name. Okay, I don't care about it, but it's Parag. So yeah. So anyways, um, when Naruto does come back, he says, "All right, got the bags. Here you go." So he just hands them off, hand them all to them, like, well, each one a bag, and he just says, "All right, so got everything we need. Do you want to, go to back to the Phoenix Palace, well, mansion, or do you want to go to the Gremry's, mansion?" And they just say Gremry's first. He goes, "All right." So what he does is he starts pouring chakra into his hand. Then he opens. Well, so basically, he has it open, and then he just starts making a circle. As then all of a sudden, it's in midair as it expands, which Kaneko and Akano and everyone else is kind of shocked. And he goes, "All right, Kremri's mansion, underworld." And then all of a sudden, boom! Like they just, well, hell, underworld, but demon world, basically. I forget what it's called. I think it's underworld, but yeah. So, well, actually, no, demon realm. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the demon realm for right now. But yeah, so they all just get there real quick. Like they're all shocked at how fast it was. He says, "Yeah, I can use my chakra to do something like this." Zek, my brother Zek, told me, show me a schematic that he was working on. So it was pretty cool. I mean, it just works like the same thing with magic circles. So they're just all 14 of the girls are shocked about the Grumry's compound, saying this is the first time they've been here. Naruto says he kind of lived here, well, not compound mansion. He says he's kind of been here all his life until high school, middle school, everything else. So, come on, he'll show them around. And before he even gets to open the door, Zach's Vanillina, Zoltix, and give me a minute, just gotta find this woman's name. Malachus and Griffey are there. And they say, basically they say, "Oh, Naruto, you're home." Naruto says, "Yeah, I'm just visiting. Um, the big brother Zex told you about the other side deal that I did with, Razor?" And Zoltix is just saying, "Yes, Naruto. I'm pretty impressed by what you've done. Seems like you got a pretty good, crewmen, like, not crew, servants." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm treating them. I'm gonna be treating them like family and friends. So, friends, basically, pretty good group of friends." As Winona looks at all of them, and then she looks at Naruto, and he goes, "Mom?" She just says, "Don't ever treat them like," and he says, "I'll never treat them like Razor. I'm not a jerk," or, well, what he is. And then one just says a name that will not be said, but, well, if you guys can get it, but basically they just say big jerk. Everyone just like laughs at it. So they all come in. They see Akano and Koneko, and though Naruto is Rias here, as Zoltix and Venona says, "No, she's not." As he sighs in relief, he goes, "Oh, thank God! I do not want to talk to her still." And, well, I mean, they say it's understandable, but you're gonna. I go. I'm going to. I just. Well, I'm going to before. No, I'm going to do it Monday. So, but I want to see how you two are doing, Mom and Dad. As they say, "Oh, we're doing just fine. We were more worried about you and all. But how do you like your place?" And he says, "It's good, actually. Well, I mean, I have plenty of room, so if anyone wants to spend the night or, just come over like you saw, still got plenty of room, so." And Vanilla looks at Naruto and says, "Have you?" Naruto says, "Yeah, my night terror, my nightmares, basically." she just like looks at Naruto and just hugs him, and he basically says, "Thanks, mom." She says, "No problem." So he does tell them though, like Zoltix and Banana, that he's gonna show them, show them what's underneath his shirt and everything. And they just nod, and Grapeyard already took Malik, his boy's name, Malchus away. So they just say, follow me. Well, Zoltis says that. So Zex, comes along, and they get to a area that is Naruto's old room, and Kaneko says, "Whose room is this?" Like, cause Naruto has books, a sword, basically some weights, and basically a punching bag. And Naruto says, "My old room." I remember this. I remember breaking this punching bag so many times. Dad used to, Dad always yelled at me for this. Even Zex did. Then let's see. As Zex and Zoltek says, "Naruto, if you break that with your fist, you are not gonna get a new one." As Naruto says, "Yes, brother and dad," and they're just laughing. So, his parents know about the being the Nine Tails Fox and all. So he does ask them. So, I'm kind of thinking about. Okay, first off, let me just pause the story, and let me just say this. I know I said I was not gonna add them, like have him like. Well, I did say about the tail beast. They are not around. I meant by they're not around in the story, but they're still out there. But like I'm gonna like they're not gonna be around for like until like season 3. Like I get into season 3. Like when I get into season 3, that's when I'm gonna try to find the tail, like put in the tail beast and all that. So yeah, but there are gonna be mentions of it. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. As Naruto just says, so I'm thinking about finding well, my old family, and Vanilla just goes like, "You mean the other tail beasts?" Yeah, I want to see how they're doing. I mean, some of them don't really care about humans, others do. Some just just hate them. But who knows? I mean, they may think I'm a human until I show them my tails and my power. God, this is gonna be so complicated to explain to them. Even Shikaku, he's gonna be laughing his freaking butt off as soon as he sees me. And so, Manoa just asks, like, is he really that bad? He goes, like, no, he's just really annoying. And he's always angry. Well, actually, loud and obnoxious and just angry. But, yeah, he's the weakest out of everyone, but still powerful enough to destroy a whole entire village. Well, actually, city. Which that's pretty powerful to them. So, yeah. So, Naruto looks at, everyone in the room. He says, anyways, let's get to business here. So, I wanted to come here to, have my parents see if it's alright if we can give them the Grim Marine name. Just have them be a part of the family without being like a chess piece or, anything, but they only work for me and all, and asked do I have to pay them and such, because this is my first time doing this. As, Zex, Zoltix, and Vanilla just says, you would usually, but since you are still in school and you do have a house on your own, we'll pay them because you are going to need to go buy food and such. Your allowance won't cover it for all of you. As Naruto says, true. So they're just like making like contracts with not like actual contracts like basically they just had like a work contract saying like you work for Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Gremory, and you'll be getting this amount of money. So they get all that settled up, and they do have the Gremory name now. So yeah, gotta go do something real quick. Hold up. All right, I'm back, everyone. But yeah. So that's what mainly they came over for. And now to you know the stuff that he was worried about. So he just tells them what you're about to see is gonna be very, very, very gruesome. Also, do you remember that? Well, the incident happened a long time ago with the people being sick and dying. As they say, yes, multiple devils almost died. Like a lot of devils almost died, but it was only lucky there was only a few. As Naruto says, yeah, there's like said, like a group members went into the forbidden area and found what they were looking for. They say, yeah, those people were heroes, but it was never said who they were. Naruto says, looks at his parents and his brother as they nod their head, saying, but they, Zek says, what you're about to hear is classified information and it's true. What you heard from like papers and news was all fake. And they're shocked by this. Naruto says it was only one person that went in. A boy. 8 to 9 years old. As they were, but they remember what Naruto says about the scars and everything he had. And like how he was like 8 or 9 when he got them. And they're saying, they all gasp and Naruto says, yeah. I went into the Forbidden Zone and faced those creatures, those demons that were in there, savages that didn't really care about nothing but killing. I faced as many as I could. I even got hit a lot, scars, basically everywhere, and I don't want you guys to be freaking out when you see them. So I figured just to show them now before anything happens. As they nod their heads slowly, as he says to his mom, she can look away if she says, no, I think I can handle him, seeing them again. So it's a long sleeve shirt he has. So Naruto takes it off, and all of 14 girls just gasp. A couple of them are starting to cry in tears, and basically you Bell Luna just asks how, and Naruto just says, I haven't basically I haven't gone there without a weapon, so I survived for a longer period of time, but it broke, and I used whatever I could just to freaking kill them. And because of who I am, I basically had a healing factor, but it was based off of chakra, which my chakra was sealed away, but still, basically flickers of chakra were coming out of it to heal me, so that's how. Which they all just, well, the ones who can just nod, and the ones who are crying just sobbing, and Naruto just puts back on his shirt, Banana was about to leave the room, well, says she's gonna have to leave. As he sighs and says she still can't handle it, can she? As X and Zoltik says no. So anyways, he waits till his mom comes back. They chat for a little bit, everyone, and everyone, the people who are crying, calm down. So they say they're gonna go to the Phoenix, mansion to get their stuff. So he'll come back and visit again. So yeah, so they go over to the Phoenix mansion. Phoenix's parents, see him with the former, chess pieces of Razor, and Razor has been training. Like he's been training, like improving on his skills, just swordsmanship, everything. Which Naruto sees. And Razor's sister just saying, how could you defeat my brother? You must have cheated and all that. And Naruto just looks at her, closes his eyes, they go red. And he goes, say that again. And he has a slit in his eyes. And she just, like, backs away. He goes, birds really shouldn't talk. And he just leaves. She's terrified of it. And she goes to her knees. And he just says, but you're not a bird. You're just a baby who thinks it's all tough. First off, get some experience in fighting. Third off, first off, yeah, experience in fighting. Second off, don't let your name influence your life choice and look down on people. And third, dude has some pretty impressive firepower. So he leaves, and you know, Koneko and Akana, like yeah, why not Akana? Akano, dude left the Grammy's place and went over to Rias. And Rias has been outside Naruto's door for about not an hour, but like 15 minutes. And Akano got Rias's text, so she went over and she asked, Rias, what's wrong? And she goes, do you know where Naruto is? I've been knocking on his door nonstop. Every single day I've been coming over here just to try to talk to him. And she does say, you know he moved, right? And Rias looks at her and goes like, what? He moved, Akano says again. She goes, where? Akano doesn't really want to tell Rias because she'll go over there and wait for him and such. So she says, I just know he just told me he moved. That was it. I'm sorry. So she says, oh, alright. I'll just talk to him Monday then. So yeah. So everyone got their stuff. They all went back over to, Naruto's place. Razor apologized to everyone and said he is sorry for what he has ever done to them, that they felt uncomfortable or didn't feel okay with, and just basically he just said he was sorry. And they say they can accept his apology, but they just won't forgive him. He says that's fine. So yeah, so they all leave. Then they just hang out, basically taught Naruto trained. They saw Naruto's training. They see the jutsus and all that. Just that happens in that day. Sunday is exactly the same thing, but we're not going to the Grammy's place. And Monday happens. Comes around. They all go to school, and well, Naruto does he gets to his classroom, and you know not Rias, Issei's there. He goes, "Yo, Naruto, you want to come by the house later?" And he says, "Sure." Akano, not Akano. I'm getting my everything's confused. Asuna, yeah, Asuna is there, and she says, your mom, Issei's mom's always talking about you and stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, I haven't been over there in a while." How long has it been? He goes, "A month or two." He goes, "Man, she's probably worried about me." She does. But Issei says, "Yeah, she is." He goes, "All right, I'll come over." And just then, Rias walks in. Naruto just says, "Wish me luck, guys." And basically, Issei just says, "Good luck." So he leaves. I mean, no, Naruto leaves, follows Rias. Issei's friends are saying, "Lucky guy, I bet she's gonna ask him out his stuff," and Issei just says, "Guys, she's not." So basically, where Naruto and her go is to on the roof, and Naruto's leaning right against the edge, not the edge. I mean, right against the railing. I was like, "So, what you want to talk about, Rias?" He's not even looking at her. She just goes, I want to talk to you and about what happened. Look, I don't blame you. I don't know what's your reasoning, and I don't care. I mean, you could have just told me all this. You have to hide it from me. So, I mean, look, I know I did, or should I say, I did things that you wouldn't understand. So, I mean, I am kind of always rushing into something head first. Then I don't really think about anything and just do stuff, and I could get myself killed and all. And so, look, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna join your parage anymore. So don't worry. I'm just gonna do my own thing and just help out when I can. That's all. So Naruto gets off the rail and he's just walking towards Rias and past. Basically, he's right on her, well, past her, basically her side. He goes, "Is that all you wanted to talk to me about?" She goes, "No, not really." He goes, "Then what?" "I just wanted to apologize and just see how I can make it up." Naruto just says, "I don't know, but not a kiss or a date. I don't I don't think that's a good idea, Rias." And he's not even looking her in the eye, but he can already tell she's trying to hold back a tear. And he goes, "But how about you come back to my place and you can watch a movie with me and, well, my new family, well, friends, family." And she says, "I like that." So basically, um, he also says, "Oh yeah, I'm going over to Issei's house first." So, and then she says, "Oh wait, then the whole entire club could come." He goes, "All right." So basically, after school, they all go to Issei's house. They ask how his mother will be if everyone's there. He says she'll be fine. So Naruto sees Issei and Mom, goes, "Hey," Issei's mom, and she runs over and hugs Naruto and just saying like, "Naruto, you got so big," basically, and strong. He goes, "Yeah, I've been working out a lot. Also, how you been?" He goes, "I've been fine." You goes like, so, but it's whatever, right? She just laughs and says, "Yeah." So, like they all go through like the pictures and such, and but Rias doesn't have like the whole entire like baby Issei like moment that she had in the anime. So yeah, it's just like Asya, and then Kiba sees like the picture, then that happens. Then East, then like that day, like they meet up with a, wait, no, Issei meets up with a client that night. But let me backtrack a little bit. So after all that, Naruto says he's gonna go. Ria says, "I'll be coming, too." Akano and Koneko says, "We're coming too." He just says, "All right." He says bye to Issei. So so basically he says bye. So when they leave, they just walk over into the woods. Rias doesn't know what's happening, and then they go through some part of the woods, and then it's like, boom, like house and everything. He was like, "Well, welcome to my new home, left by my parents and not for me. Just they usually came here." So uh, so basically, um, Car Carl Lamin, like Carl Lamin, basically says, "Welcome home, Naruto." He goes, "Well, it's good to be back. We're gonna watch a movie, so can gather everyone so that way we can. And she nods, so yeah. So I just watch a movie and, well, not Naruto, but, Issei goes to a client, Arias gets a contact for a, like, lost devil, such, and, the same thing, canon. Basically, Kiba, loses out on his, you know, basically gets distracted, whatever happens, and Rias is about to kill it, but Naruto just says, let me. She goes, fine. So, Naruto just says, Venomous hold on, Venomous Rasengan. And just slams it right into the demon, basically blowing it up. Well, destroying the upper half of it, which was very shocking to everyone. He goes, well, that was easy. So, yeah. Naruto says that he's gonna go home. So, anyways, Rias, does slap Kiba. Kiba, loses his mind. I mean, not loses his mind. He, goes off, and basically the whole entire thing with the picture happens. I think, like, she's like says this good thing, about me to keep that picture, such, and then Kiba gets tasked by the priest, and same thing happens. So the next day, Naruto wakes up. Everyone's up before him because he couldn't sleep very well, so he gets all dressed and stuff, and you Delana, I mean you Belona, just like says morning to Naruto, says morning. So he eats breakfast and he chats a little bit with them. He gets ready for he gets his sneakers on for school, and then goes. But meanwhile, hold on, just need to see the name. Sona and Tsubaki, see two people of the church. So they have their chat with them, like in canon, and everything happens similar. Naruto's there, Zex is like always like being there, like part of Prince's school. So he's keeping an eye on Naruto too. And Rias and him have been talking more now. Which, Rias says, oh, like Naruto says just something really stupid. She laughs at it because he's then like makes a joke about it. And basically Akano, while this has happened, she basically, well, like Sunday she found something, like what she was looking for, like in the last episode about Rias's old childhood diary. So, while basically everyone's like getting ready to leave for school, like not everyone's leaving for school, Akano goes over to Naruto, and basically they open up the book and they just started reading it about like how Rias met Naruto and such, and like many years later, near the end of the book, she talks about how she feels about him. She is in love with him. She doesn't want to leave his side, and even though she's in love with him, is still his like her stepbrother. She doesn't know how like family will feel about that, such. So she'll try to like avoid Naruto, like not like avoid like in order the feelings how she feels about Naruto, and then the whole entire thing, like she says it was hard, and then the whole entire thing with Razor happened, and she basically says she has to suppress it and like forget about it, which then Akano says, I don't think she ever did. Naruto agrees with her, so, that happens. And, well, okay, how can I say this right? So, what happens, basically, Sona tells them that, basically that afternoon, like, the church, two members of the church came over, they said they want to meet them. Naruto's there, he goes like, oh, great, the church. What are they gonna do? Nothing. No, so Sonya says, I won't underestimate them. They have something with them that's dangerous to us. And then Naruto says, danger to all of you, but not to me. Remember? She does then realize it's saying true. So yeah, so Naruto says he's gonna come over Issei to back to his place along with Ashina. Yeah, so they go back to Issei's place, and then they meet two people. Hold on. So yeah, so when Naruto, Rias, and not Rias, Naruto, Issei, and Ashina, get over to near Issei's house, they feel like uneasy. So basically, like in canon, Issei runs in, being all stupid, and then he sees Irina and Zenovia. So yeah, and basically, same thing happens, like how they were talking about how Irina looks like like a boy, and that's what Issei thought she was, and saying she doesn't blame him and stuff. And Zenobia's just been looking at them. But she's been glaring at Naruto even more. And Naruto doesn't like it. So he says, "Hey, I'm gonna ask somebody to talk to me, so mind if we go in the back and talk?" Lisa says, no. So he walks over to Zenobia. He goes, you. Hi, my name is Naruto. Yours? She doesn't talk. He goes, rude. Mind if we go talk in the back, like outside? So she gets up and, walks out with him. And so he closes the door, and she's like right in front of him. So he's at the door. When he closed it, he goes, what's your problem, girl? And she just goes, a devil talked to me like, and Naruto just looks at her and goes like, say that again, and make sure you have your weapon out. 'Cause I'll break you at it. I'm no devil. I'm much worse than that. She goes, alright then. Why are you hanging out with devils? And Naruto just says, well, here's the thing. One of my friends since, intermediate school, then middle school, and then now. And another one I met because she was in trouble and I helped out. My friend saved her. So, yeah. That's why. This is why I hate the church. All of you people are just stuck-ups. By the way, it's the church in the anime. Not in real life. I am, Catholic and all that. I believe in God and all that, so I'm just talking about the church in the anime. So yeah, if you've seen High School DXD, they do some pretty crazy stuff and very messed up stuff. So yeah, so that's why. But anyways, so she just says, "Wait," me goes like, "Oh, nothing. Let's go back in." So after their little chat and all, they leave. Naruto says he's gonna go too, and he says, "Alright, just be safe." So yeah, Naruto leaves. The next day, Rias does the exact same thing. Well, no, she hugs them, and Issei just says Rias and all that, and that's it. She has not been going over to Issei's house during the night, and does what she does in canon. She's just been, worried about Naruto and stuff, but she doesn't do that same thing like canon though with Issei. So yeah, so basically though, the next day, Zenovia and Irina, are there talking to them like in canon, and then, well, when they talk about Asia, and everything, the same thing happens. But this time Naruto adds and he goes like, just because she can heal devils and angels, what makes her a witch, a saint? It doesn't matter. She's just a kind person. That all that matters, right? But of course, no one cares because they just want her to be one thing, healing the humans and angels. And guess what? Who cares if you can heal all three? That means you can bring the world together, not away from each other. And yet you guys just keep on doing exactly the same stuff. So Zenobia is getting irritated by this. So Nora just, and then like Issei says, like, how about this? We have a fight between you, me, and then like Kiba says, and I'll join, and then Kiba. So it's gonna be 2-on-2, and then it'll be Naruto versus them. If Kiba and Issei loses. So anyways, they start to fight. Everything's going similar to canon with Kiba and Zenobia. But Issei, his like trick about with like destroying the Coven, yeah, it's not that. His trick is basically to attack the pressure point of somebody and to basically cause the wound to go throughout the whole entire body. Basically make multiple slashes onto the body and such, and the pressure point. So yeah, that's what he does. So Irina had a little bit of trouble, but they still win in the end. And Naruto says, "All right, it's my turn." Kiba just says, "No, I." And Naruto just looks and goes like, "It's my turn, Kiba. Stop now before you get injured severely." So Kiba gets up and walks away, basically over to Rias. Naruto just tells him, "So how you want to do this? One hand behind my back, or I just take you on and I just defeat you both?" So Zenobia just rushes over and just says, "It doesn't matter what you say. You'll still be able, get the same thing as your friend." Naruto just basically stops the blade with one finger, and not even blood's coming out. He goes, like, "Is that all?" She's like, "What the?" He goes, "Like I said, I'm no devil." As he just like pushes her back, and then he just starts doing weaving hand signs. He says, "Shadow like multi Shadow Jutsu," and basically 190s there, as they all just rush forward towards them. Basically, sorry, but basically they lose, beating really badly. So Ashina heals them and all that. So yeah. And Naruto's not gonna be a part of like the whole entire thing with the church, the fallen priest, and the other guy. So yeah, so that happens, and same thing in canon. The entire like situation happens, same thing in canon and such. And then the and then basically it's like the fight. So everything's going similar to canon until the fight with Kokobelt. You know, Naruto is not there during this time. He's just training, talking to the people, and basically then the Sage of Six Paths comes along. He says he's very impressed with Naruto's progress, and that he would like to give him a new gift. Well, something that only of the well, not the Byakugan, but only the people of the Uchihas could have. But I'm gonna give you the final form. He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "This form is well." Wait, just let me give you a quick pause on this. Someone just said Rena Sharingan, the Renegon Sharingan, basically. So I'm just doing that because he has enough power for it. So yeah, and it's gonna be the Renegon in one eye, basically with the Tomoes, and the Sharingan the other eye. So yeah, hold on, never mind. So yeah, so he gets that. The process was painful for him, but he took it like a champ, and yeah, he has them now. So he explores the new abilities that he has, and it's pretty diverse. He has like Kamui, he then like has Amaterasu. He basically has the same thing. Rewind time a little bit. You can do it for like 4 seconds, like not 4 seconds, 5 seconds or 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes. So yeah, and then he says you're gonna have to learn this now. So while that was all happening, he trains with that, and he's able to master at least. He's able to like at least get like make a Susanoo. Like the rib cage and the head and the skeleton arm basically, and like no muscle on it. So he's gonna have to like train that, train to use that a little bit more. And he is gonna have like no problems with the eyes, so yay. But he does deactivate them. Hold on. So yeah. So after all that training and such, I mean, after like everything, he takes a break. He's been training for 2 days straight. Well, not straight, 2 days and just little rest. So he takes a nap, and that night, with the fight with Coco Bell and Rias and Issei, Rias texted him, asked him to come by. He basically tells everyone that he's gonna head out. They all say, "Be safe," and he goes, "I will." But they do say like it's a high rank fallen angel leader type one, so just be careful. He goes, "I will, girls," and he just leaves. So he gets there. They all, are just waiting for him. He goes, "Sorry, it took so long." They all say, "No, it didn't take that long, so they're fine." Then they talk about like how like Rias should call Zex, and Rias doesn't want to. Naruto understands why, but he just says it'll be a good idea to call Big Brother up, not because he's busy, but just because we need the help. Well, you guys need the help. I could probably take this angel on with ease. Rias doesn't. She says, "I know you're strong and all, Naruto, but don't get cocky." And Naruto can tell now, like Rias is saying this with very much concern, not like irritated. Like he's getting that feeling that basically she is like saying this all with like concern, and but at the same time he doesn't know for sure. He was just stating some facts, but whatever. So yeah, so they go in. Naruto, like the whole entire like Cerberus dogs like coming out and stuff from the underworld happens, and Naruto says, "All right, dogs, let's see how you like a fox." And then Naruto he just starts getting onto all fours, and I'm saying his clothes are just gonna like disappear and reappear when he turns back to human because I do not want to have to keep on having Naruto buy new clothing. So yeah, so as then that happens as he transforms into a medium size. Ninetales, he just starts firing them off and such. As they made the same plan with Issei, as he just doing the whole entire like boosting, then transferring over. But Naruto's basically kicking the servers' butts and stuff. So they were surprised by this, and somehow he kills one. Then Issei does the whole transfer to you know to Akano and Rias, and they do the same thing like they did in Can Moan because of power going through them. I don't understand why. I'm just saying like the whole entire freaking thing. Ugh. But anyways, yeah. So that happens, and they kill the nerve Cerberus. Kiva saves Ashina, and yeah. So Naruto just de-transforms, and he goes like, "All right, that was fun. Now it's for the oversized chicken." As he's looking at Cocoa Bean, he goes like, as he says, "Chicken." He goes, "Yeah, you have wings. You're big, and you're just sitting there like a chicken." So bring it on. And so Cocoa Bean doesn't get up, but the priest, the Excalibur, does come along, and you know, like the same thing happens when people get like blown away and such. Zena, Zava, Zen. Give a minute. Zenova is there too. She did like help out killing one of them with Naruto. So yeah. So when they get blown away, Kiba finds out about his friends and like a certain gene and stuff and all that. So yeah, he's a little bit upset about his friends. And the same thing happens. He does get his, boost balance breaker. So yeah, heavenly devil magic. Well, devil and holy magic mixed together. The guy dies, like in canon too. The priest gets the blaze destroyed, and Naruto just looks at the priest and goes like, "You're just scum." So here's the part where I wanted to get to. I want to give, let's just say, oh yeah, but no, before the guy saying like, and there was even like before the guy dies, Genova, whatever his name is, freaking, the one part of the Excalibur recruitment project to basically have like children try to see if they can handle a sword of Excalibur. There was a secret 8-piece, he's saying, a secret sword that was basically lost for time. It was made by a samurai, Masamune. This blade, he says, was able to kill gods, and yet no one was able to wield it. As Archer says, wow, so a legendary Masamune was actually a secret Excalibur blade. Huh. Alright. I wonder where it is. It's gonna be fun to get that sword then. And then, the guy dies, basically. The scientist, priest, church guy. Jingo. I cannot remember his name. He wasn't really that memorable to me, so that's why. So yeah, so basically, Naruto starts to fight Kokobell with everyone else. He is telling that everyone's outclassed, even him. He he knows this guy's strong. He is strong too, but this guy is a little bit more powerful than him. But since he doesn't have control over the eyes fully yet, he can only do Kamui, making one person like the guy switch places with him and such. Um, Amaterasu and Susan know a little, but he can't like do that so much. So he's only using them as a dire need. And Naruto says, "Darn it! Why? I keep training like crazy, so why am I still so weak?" As then Naruto hears something, he goes like, "So, power you want, huh? Well then, I've been waiting for someone like you for a very, very long time." As then all of a sudden, a flash of red light appears out of nowhere, right in front of Naruto. Okay, quick pause. Sorry. I wanted to make this sword be able to talk to Naruto. So yes, I'm making a secret 8th holy weapon, holy Excalibur weapon in it and stuff. So yeah. So that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was thinking of doing anyways. So yeah. So Naruto. Okay, now I'm getting back to it. So Naruto says, he goes, "I am the Masamune blade, the God Slayer blade. I have chosen you to wield me. Say your name." As Naruto just says, "I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Gremory. I was in a land of shinobis before I was sent here. And then I became the nine-tailed fox itself, Kurama. I am your wielder now, and together we will slay those who stand as my enemies. And to those I will protect." So, that happens, which Kokobell did not see coming. So he says, "Now then, chicken. Oversized chicken. Let's see how much you like it when you get hurt by a holy weapon." As he just runs at Kokobell. As Kokobell summons out his spear of light, he throws at Naruto. Naruto just cuts right through it with ease. He's like, what? And then all of a sudden, chakra is starting to come into it. He goes, as then multiple tail beast bombs, like little ones, are starting to form onto it. He goes like, rapid fire tail beast bomb slash. And then when he just slashes, basically all the tail beast bombs that were the little ones that were on the blade just start sent flying. Kokobell dodges at least two of them. The other ones just hit him, and miniature explosions happen, which are pretty damageable. They pretty much damage him a lot. As he then basically the whole entire thing with Rias again transfer more power to her to get to the same level as her brother. That happens too. But you know, so Naruto's basically fighting him off while she's like firing. She's trying not to hit Naruto. Naruto says, "Don't worry about me. Just keep firing already." And he's just fighting off with light swords, which he's cutting them right through very easily. It does take a little while though to cut right through them because he's forming more magical power within it. As Masamune Blade is saying like, "Good job. Your form is excellent. Your your strikes are excellent. Your form is a little lacking, and your speed is incredible." He goes, "Thanks. All right, let's see what else we can do with this blade." As Naruto then just turns it around, just slams it into the ground, and says, "Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu." As then all of a sudden, the sword just goes on fire and it just pours right to the ground, and boom, it just starts coming up with phoenixes. Kayla's kind of mad because of the holy sword, but it looks like it's not, was ever used and such. So, yeah, and it could talk, so now he can probably ask it, like, were you used by anyone? And he goes, no, I mostly. Basically, this holy sword basically killed all these users. Well, people who tried to use it, so yeah. So, anyways. So, when Naruto pulls out of the ground, Kokobell is, like, missing a couple of wings and such. And then he just says, "That's it, I had enough." As basically, Rias run out of energy, and Issei's with her. He says, "Rias, are you alright?" And everything. And Naruto, just says, "What are you gonna?" As then all of a sudden, he has a big giant like lance of light, and he goes, "Die, Rias, Gremory!" As then he throws it at Rias and Issei. As Naruto just doesn't even think, he just moves. He goes right in front of it, right before you even get into it. He just tells. Well, I'm not me making him even using the sword. I just have him throw it up into the air, as he says. Well, as this, the Masamune says, "I already know what you're gonna do. Then do it." As like Naruto just grins. Red chakra is in his fist. As Ria says, "Naruto, no!" Even Issei says it. As in, when it even gets near Naruto, he just throws his fist right into the lance as the lightning is starting to come off of, like, the clash, basically. As he says, there's something actually a lot more powerful out there than chakra, well, not that chakra, out there than devil magic and holy magic. And Kokobell's that saying, "What?" He says. Naruto just tells him, "It's called chakra, the life energy, basically. So, take this back!" As then he just throws his fist fully at it. As then he catches his sword. As then he just says, basically, he just like holds it up, as in a big giant like Tailbeast bomb is being shown. As Kokobell gets hit, but then Naruto slashes the Tailbeast bomb down as it makes a basically slash going towards Kokobell, killing him. Well, not killing him, basically knocking him out. Folly crashes in and gets both the fallen priest, because same thing happened, and Kokobell, he says, "Thank you, whoever you are." Well, thank you, kid. I needed to get these two. As Drake says, to the White Dragon says, "Drake," and all that, and well, you know, Roger says, "Well, looks like I have another new plaything to play with. Well, not new to plaything, a new person to play with." As he says, I'm supposed to fight him, you know. He goes, oh, then I'm helping. So, you know, Kiba comes over and says, um, does that sort of talk? As the Masamune says, yes, I do. He goes, all right, I have a few question to ask you. He goes, sure. So, you know, he asked the question about, like, did he ever have a person that controlled him? He says, no, most of them couldn't even handle me. They died by accident or they let go and they never touched me again and such. But, I mean, I was trapped in a prison, well, a cavern, not a cavern, a dungeon for, not dungeon. I was trapped in a chest where, you know, they were trapped in a chest to level up. So yeah, whatever. Uh, I have no idea where I went with that. I'm just starting to get tired now. Freak, hold on. Okay, Sora was talking about how no one could handle him. He was mostly trapped somewhere in like a cave. Like he was mostly trapped in like a tomb. So yeah, that's what I meant to say. Not about the chest and leveling. Jeez, I don't know why. Ugh, tired. But anyways, so yeah. So he says, so you didn't want to do it. Percy goes, nope, they did it to themselves. They wanted my power. So yeah. Naruto seems like the only one that can handle me. So great. And then he goes, so are you going to be carrying me around? He goes, no, I don't know how I'm going to. He was like, oh, then let me see. Isn't he basically tries to, he absorbs some of Naruto's chakra, as then he becomes a tattoo on Naruto's arm. And she's okay with it. So yeah. And Naruto tells Rias that he's gonna go. He's tired now. And she says, alright. So he leaves. He gets home. He says hi to everyone. They say hi. He tells them about how he got a new sword and such, which they're impressed. And he says, we're gonna need to have a forge here. So starting in 2 days or so, a forge will be built. As they're like, really? He goes, yeah. So, yeah, that's where I'm ending this off, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And just stay safe out there, everyone. Bye.